Let's talk reporting. In this video, we're going to look at some reporting tools or capabilities within SolarWinds Service Desk. We'll look at the dashboard and all the options there, as well as our out-of-the-box standard reports and our 360 review for leadership or anybody who may be interested. We'll start with the dashboard. Your typical landing page is an agent or technician, admin when you log in. And these dashboards are completely customizable and unique to anyone with access or anyone with a license. It's not something that you have to standardize across the board. It's not something that you are limited to just one. It's something every agent or admin can build for themselves and set up in a way that gives them the cliche 30,000 foot overview of what's going on in the service desk. Here, if we look at my personal dashboard, I have mine set up to show me how I'm doing on time to resolution this week, a widget for all new tickets that have come through, a look at some of my active changes, some contracts values, our CSAT scores, some widgets here around assets and softwares. But this view, which can be manipulated through simple drag and drop configuration, resizing these widgets, it's all based on just that, those widgets. Clicking the Add Widget button in the top right will bring up the menu of all the different options. There are upwards of 100 different pre-built widgets, everything from statistics to computers and assets, softwares, contracts, risk, incidents, which are the tickets, time tracking, tasks, solutions, changes, benchmarks, news feeds, custom feeds, and RSS forms if you want to pull in data from somewhere else, and some other widgets down here around user summary and login ratio for portal users versus email. You can also create your own widgets for incidents or computers, set up different titles, apply different groupings, give it a different view, and all of these widgets can be filtered to show you exactly which information you'd like to see on these dashboards. So for example, if I wanted to see incidents by site, I'll see all the tickets in the system and which sites that they're coming from, majority of mine being from North Carolina. If I want to see if I have any incidents that are overdue, which in this case, a good thing I don't. But if I want to flag that out or filter it for more than the 60-day time frame here, I can see if there's anything that's been overdue for 90 days, which is another good thing that I'm not seeing anything there, but really just a matter of what it is you want to see and displayed in these dashboards. Like I said, you're not limited to just one. You can see in this dropdown all of my different examples here, something from all my work, which I should build out to show me specifically in this case, all my tickets, maybe everything new that's assigned to me, all my active tickets, which are widgets already filtered specific to me as the individual. So no additional filters I need to add unless I want to trim this down or show me maybe tickets beyond just the news status or for a certain category or any custom fields that I may have built into the system. Another good one to have on all my work would probably be my task. Show me any tasks that are assigned to me. Show me anything that may be assigned to my team or maybe anything that is overdue. But again, up to you how you want to build and display the information on these dashboards. We'll look at another couple examples. My asset dashboard here. This view is built up all around widgets, around computers, anything new that's been discovered by the agent or the scanner, new software titles that have come through. I can see the status of all my devices, the site or location they're at, the departments that own them. I could add additional widgets here again for anything around computers or maybe some of the other assets if I wanted to see what's the top model of other assets. I've got a couple vehicles in here. If I wanted to see by manufacturer, some examples that I've got. If I wanted to see other assets by owner, which shows me a lot of those have not been set yet. But again, something you guys can control and define, manipulate in a way that's going to show you the view you want to see. And lastly, we'll look at this stats dashboard. Stats dashboards can be a great view to show leadership or any higher ups how we're doing on time to resolution, CSAT scores, those SLA breaches in a given time frame. average time spent in states, average time to assignment, et cetera, et cetera. And this view, again, is simply pulling from those service statistic widgets. All of these widgets can be filtered down if I wanted to see average time to resolution rather than for everybody or for the last 7 days. Maybe I want to see over the last month and only for a certain group or a certain individual. We can see how I'm doing in comparison. And you can have multiple of these widgets side by side. So I may have a view here of David's time to resolution in the last 30 days. I might want to see him compared to somebody else. So I can duplicate this widget. Make a quick edit. We'll change this for Agent Clark. And I'll change that filter rather than looking at David specifically for Agent Clark here, who hasn't closed anything in the last 30 days. So let's look at something different. I'll select my other friend, Eli. Update that name. And then I can rearrange, side by side, top to bottom. But a view, again, you can build and manipulate in a way that shows you the information that you want to see. Outside of dashboards, we have our analytics section. These are all our out-of-the-box templates. Everything from, again, tickets to timing metrics to those SLAs to CSAT scores and tasks. And depending on what you want to see, there is a template that is probably best suited for those needs, typically outlined or defined by the default reports types in here. If I'm looking for something around tickets, incidents management is going to give me all my information or all my out-of-the-box templates for things around tickets. Something simple like a created resolve trend. This, we're looking at the last 7 days, how many tickets were created versus how many tickets were resolved for that day. And then I'll see the total open tickets across the board and be able to get that trend line for are we going up or down. All of these reports can be filtered to specify a certain assignee or category, site, department, any of those custom fields that you have in the system. You can set your parameters for your time frames, change your resolution for day rather than looking day by day. If I span this out over the last quarter and want to see month by month, some quick manipulation there will show me in May, we did very well with more tickets being resolved than were created. April, we had a lot more created than were resolved. So that trend line goes up to the next month in May and stays about stagnant through June or today's date. One thing to note in any of these reports, anywhere in the name you see over time, time will be your x-axis. Days, months, weeks. Breakdown in the name will be a user-defined x-axis. So quick example there, if I look at my incidents over time, again, I'm looking at tickets, and I'm going to see in this case that same time frame over the last 7 days, day by day, all of the tickets and their current statuses. I could stack this by something different if I wanted to say, see the category for what types of tickets were coming in day by day. But you'll see here in this overtime report, days, weeks, or months will be my x-axis based on what I select here. In a similar view with the same data, just manipulated differently, my breakdown report is going to allow me to define that x-axis. So here, the group by defines what my x-axis is going to be. So for a given time frame, I have this one based on category, which shows me all the different categories of tickets I've gotten in over the last 30 days. Now let's talk about saving and sharing these reports. One nice thing about the service desk, if I know there are going to be reports that I'm going to want to see weekly, monthly, quarterly, or maybe leadership is going to expect from me on a regular cadence, I can simply build those reports, and we'll use that same example that we were just looking at, but let's say a monthly report for tickets and what type of tickets are coming in. So here I'm going to set my time frame for the last 30 days. I'm going to group this by category, and it's going to give me a list of all the tickets created in the last month and the different categories that they fall into. Stack by will give me another data point if I want to look at something, a little further, like subcategory, out of these categories, what was the subcategory they were about? Same total volumes, but here I can see out of my 33 application tickets, majority were about Zoom. Out of the 12 hardware issues, 8 of them were about laptops. So a simple report here for ticket volume over the last month. I know I'm going to want this on a monthly cadence. Save this report. It'll be saved for me. And I'll have it then in my list of reports so that I don't have to sort and filter and build things out every time. It's right here in my reports, all my reports saved view. So I can click in. Same report I've just built is saved here for me. If I want to add any additional filters, I certainly can. And any of these saved reports can then be scheduled. 3 little dots in the top right allow me to schedule that report. I can send it to myself. I could send it to leadership. These users do not have to be licensed users in the system. If I wanted to send this to any end user, because he's going to be interested in this report on a monthly basis, simply define who the recipients are, define your cadence. So I want this to repeat every month. We'll send it to them early on at 9 a.m. and I'll kick it off in the first day of July so that it then follows that cadence. On the first day of every month, send this report to David, Bill, and Eddie. In the email that will be sent to these users, in this case, I have selected the PDF, which will give them the nice visual graph that we were just looking at. I can also include the CSV export, which would be the raw data that make up all the tickets on that report. Simply save, and that will start to fire off on the cadence you define. Next, let's look at the 360. The 360 report is a nice PDF version that can be used for QBRs, business reviews, leadership meetings or board meetings that we may have. But it's simply a PDF that gets generated based on the time frame that I select. We'll do the last 6 months here. That gives me a nice, pretty visual outlining some of the top reports that customers are typically looking for. I'll see the total number of tickets and requests, my average time to resolution, the number of assets, what those top requests were, the top knowledge base articles that have been leveraged, some basic insights, different statistics, our top categories, top departments, number of SLA breaches. I'll see service request usage, so how often things are actually being submitted, where tickets are coming from, again, what sites, what departments are submitting those, and some basic insights that I can leverage around time to resolution. This will talk to me a little bit about assets and runbooks and automation rules and some of the integrations that I have set up, a good way to keep tabs on, am I getting the most out of the system? Am I using it to its fullest? Am I leveraging all the potential integrations and features and functionality that are available? More insights there. And then all the different modules that are in use and a couple that I'm not leveraging here. Also has a link to contact us for more info, talks about the metrics and the computation that goes into this report for all the details, more of a legend here so you know what you're looking at. But again, that 360 report is a great, nice little PDF document that can be leveraged in a multitude of ways. Thanks for watching.